My dear children, today in this third module, we are going to study the different types of errors. It is important for an accountant that the trial balance should tally. Normally, a tallied trial balance means that the both debit and credit entries have been made correctly for each transaction. However, the agreement of trial balance is not an absolute proof of accuracy of accounting records. A tallied trial balance only proves, to a certain extent, that the posting of the ledger accounts or ledger transactions is arithmetically correct. But it does not guarantee that the entry itself is correct. There can be errors which affect the equality of the debits and credits, and there can be errors which do not affect the equality of debits and credits. Some common errors are errors in totaling of the debit and credit balances in the trial balance, then errors in totaling of subsidiary books, errors in posting of total of subsidiary books, errors in showing the account balance in wrong column of trial balance with wrong amount, then omission in showing an account balance in the trial balance, errors in the calculation of ledger account balance, errors while posting journal entry, then errors in recording a transaction in the journal, that is makes a reverse entry make to be accountant or debited is credited and amount to be credited is debited, or an entry with wrong amount. Then errors in recording a transaction in subsidiary book with wrong name or wrong amount. For example, instead of posting amount in salary account, accountant wrongly entered that transaction in rent account. Instead of recording an amount of 10,000, accountant record that amount as 1 lakh. These are the important errors happening in the trial balance. Errors can be mainly divided into two. First category, errors that are not disclosed by the trial balance. Then second one is errors that are disclosed by the trial balance. Under errors that are not disclosed by trial balance, there are 6 types of errors. They are error of commission, error of omission, errors of principal, compensating errors, error of original entry, and errors of complete reversal entry. Now we are going to study the term errors of omission. The errors of omission. The errors of omission may be committed at the time of recording the transactions in the book of original entry or while posting into the ledger. This can be of 2 types. They are error of complete omission and errors of partial omission. Now we are going to study the errors of complete omission. The complete transaction escaped from being recorded. The accountant forgets to record the transactions in the subsidiary books or in the journal proper. Omission to record this transaction or record goods sold to Mohan or goods purchased from Ram or goods returned by Wahid or goods returned to Brown in the subsidiary books and credit purchase of furniture in the journal proper are the examples of errors of complete omission. The errors of complete omission can be rectified by passing the correct entry on the assumption that it is never too late to mend. Another type of error is error of partial omission. In case of partial omission, the transaction is recorded at the debit side of the account, but corresponding credit is omitted to be recorded. For example, goods purchased from Fahim was recorded in the purchase book but omitted to be recorded in the Fahim's personal account. In the same way, goods sold to Malik was recorded in the sales book but it was omitted from being recorded in Malik's account. These errors are known as errors of partial omission. Partial omission affect only one account, so they will be rectified by opening suspense account. These errors can also be rectified without opening suspense account. Rectification of errors of omission means in case of partial omission, the transaction is recorded at the debit side of an account, but corresponding credit side credit is omitted to be recorded.